The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network. This is Vince Russo's The Brand.
03 season, what is it, 17, something like that. Here's your host, Kenny Bolin. How you doing, man?
Oh my fucking! Can I fire him 1 minute into the show and then it won't count it as third?
Well, actually, you've already fired him twice so far.
I did. He keeps coming back. Did you hear that lousy cocksucking introduction?
I did, yes.
And there we are. It's like
I don't know what you were expecting.
Season 17 or something. We're good. You know it's goddamn season 14. You've only done 2 goddamn shows. You know what season it is.
He's trying to act like he's already recorded 3 other seasons.
Yeah,
so he can outdo.
So he can
Brian
outdo.
Last
Yeah,
and
he's
Joe
trying
Cronin.
to gain on Brian Last, who he's jealous of already, and ain't done dick. And
Hey,
he's always pushing that cookie show before we even do our show.
Nobody cares about your cookies.
Nobody cares
Jason.
about cookies. That ought to be the name of your goddamn show. Nobody cares about cookies. How close to Cornette is that? Nobody cares about cookies.
God damn it, fuck. Goddamn, motherfucker.
Goddamn, give me something I can throw out the window, even though it's only a 2-foot drop. Just give me something. Hand me that can. Hand me I need some inspiration.
Okay, this is
You,
like
you hold it. You got the close camera.
Cornette's. What did Popeye drink? Spinach. This is
Yeah.
Cornette's spinach right here. Is that visible, Jason?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I see it
so.
down here. Yeah, Spite. That's kind
You
of
take
what
a drink of that, you go off on a rant.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Goddamn. Yeah. Goddamn fucking Muslims. The fucking Koreans eat dogs. Goddamn.
Make sure to always take a can of Spite into every Dairy Queen drive-thru.
Fucking Republicans. Goddamn. Fucking mayor of Middletown. Shit. Goddamn. Fucking Stacy. Goddamn. Non-housekeeping bitch. Goddamn. Shit.
Now trying to get up, take about 40 minutes for your knees.
Hang on. Here we go.
Oh god.
Little. This just should bring me back down. A little off-brand drop here. This is the cheap do. Okay, see if this works. Hello, everybody. Kenny Bolin here, the voice of love, and I love the Koreans, and I love dogs, and I don't love Stacy.
Did that just turn you into Alice Radley?
Ah!
Yes, it did. And I'm gonna fuck everybody. Canadians and Muslims and MVP and LDP and DLP and LPs. I'm gonna fuck them all because I'm Alice Radley. I'm the most horniest rat that ever lived. Oh, if I could just only find somebody to fuck. I better take another drink.
As much as she was horny.
Goddamn! What? Wait, wake? Who woke me up? Goddamn, I was asleep. All right, I guess that's enough of that shit.
As much as she was horny and Cornette is disgusting, how did they never hook up?
I don't know. They didn't. Either that or Ratley had no.
I've always wondered.
I started to say she had class and dignity with that. No.
No.
But she did have it bad for MVP though, and she got mad when Cornette talked bad about Muslims. Goddamn, fuck Muslims.
All right.
Isn't that why she quit the show?
If people wanted to hear a shitty Cornette show, they would go to the MLW network. They didn't tune in for that.
Have you heard Bruce Pritchard do his Jim Cornette impression?
Who?
Bruce Pritchard.
I've heard him do it, and he also does Cornette doing me, which is Cornette doing me being done by Jim Ross. So it's like a 5-way dance to get to them doing me. So when Bruce Pritchard does Jimmy doing me, he's doing Jim Ross doing Jimmy doing me being done by Bruce Pritchard. So it's like the 7 layers of who's that guy? There's 7 layers, and then you might know him or be a part of him or what's his name? Kevin Bacon. The 7 layers of Kevin Bacon. Is that what it's called?
I think it's 7 degrees of separation.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was trying to say. God damn. Why didn't you correct me? What the fuck?
I'll be honest, I'd be fine if this whole show was just you doing Jim Cornette impressions.
Well, it might be. I'm in a weird mood tonight. Wearing my collar and elbow shirt. What the fuck? Where's collar and elbow been? What the fuck?
What's going on with them?
Yeah, what's up with collar and elbow? I've been well, they're good people. They're good people down there in Southern Kentucky. Al Snow, big man on campus down there. Show them the new hats, Maya. We got a new shipment of hats in. We've sold out 4 rounds of them. New hats are in.
It's actually the first time I haven't worn a hat in like 17 days.
It's been a long time since you look so slightly above average on Russo's show the other day wearing that hat.
Yeah. What about this one?
You wore the Bolin Club on Russo's show, so you might as well do the
BS hat right here.
And just show them a Bolin Club hat down there for good measure. We got to sell some shit. What the fuck? Goddamn, Maya.
I'm doing my job, all right. I'm looking cute.
What job? Blow job? Hand job? What job you doing? Goddamn! Oh, you're not Alice Ratley.
Today.
You're not Alice. You're not Alice Ratley.
All right, and we got the Bolin Club is invisible. We got the Bolin Club right here. The BS on the other one.
Yeah. We got all.
They're selling great.
And my hair, 19. We've lowered them because Collar and Elbow got us a great buy. Maybe they're going out of business. I don't know. But they got us a great buy. We were a $25.95 on those. And are we playing shit already? We're going to do 5 Jimmy Cornette impersonations and wrap it up tonight? What the fuck?
This is it. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. I got Olympics to watch. I want to watch curling. United States was beating the shit out of Canada earlier, 5-4. Beating the dog shit out of them.
Yeah, he's for whatever reason an expert on curling.
Oh, I know curling. You give me 2 brooms and a goddamn.
He can't sweep, but he can curl like a motherfucker.
Yeah, I can't do the sweeping. I got hired help to do the sweeping, but the curling shit I can do. Just slide down that ice, and it's kind of like the Kenny Bolin of Love version. Just sliding down that ice.
Can we please
nice
change the
and
topic?
slow.
This is so uncomfortable.
What? It's turning you on. You know what it's doing.
Gross. Where's the prince? Where's the prince?
What's he gonna do? Sleep?
Yeah, well, that's what he does most of the time. Prince is not here because he's upstairs sleeping.
Wearing the WWE Hall of Fame mentionee ring.
I didn't realize you still had that.
That was Jimmy's fault. Well, some little ladies contacted me from the Far East that wanted to see my. God damn! It was empty. Thank God it was empty. I didn't drink all the Sprite. God damn! I almost spilled it. Fuck.
Well, that's a good segue.
Motherfucker, isn't he? Is
that no shit? It took you 40 years to get to that conclusion.
Shit. Well, I don't know. God damn.
All right, Jason, you still there?
Yeah, that's a good segue. Jeff Jarrett is going into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I don't segue into Jeff Jarrett. I spilled some Sprite. And Jeff Jarrett's going into the Hall of Fame. I heard news on that. I sent him a congratulatory tweet earlier today. Jeff's a good guy. He just got fucked up with the wrong people called TNA and Dixie Carter and Dixie Doolin and Black Chris is here. Black Chris is one of the top rated people on the Vince Russo version of the what's that show I do?
The Bucket Full of Chicken Necks.
Bucket Full of Chicken Necks, aka Bitchin' with Bolin. A lot of people went the name of that show and never went to Mike. When that show changed, just raise it up there, Maya, to where you can't talk into it.
This is the world's most famous dog.
Yeah, and world's happiest dog. Some say the world's dumbest dog. Some say. I don't say that. I think he's a very bright dog. And he's just not going to sit here and be insulted. He's going to go ostrich on us and just.
This is the dog that attacked my stuffed animal. Yeah. I received a stuffed animal. It's a little bit smaller than him. It's a black lab, and I got it for Valentine's Day to remember our late dog Moo Cow, the fat one. The Moo, whom he considered his mama dog. And I bring this dog in, and I mean, it's a stuffed animal, like I didn't really think about it looking realistic. And he started sniffing it and licking it. And then Kenny picked it up, and actually there's footage of this on Facebook, and he starts like growling at Tucow with the stuffed animal.
Which actually got about 10 times the views of a lot of the people on the Russo brand network, not to brag. But I just did. And me fucking with a stuffed dog. How long? 2 minutes?
Let's rephrase that. Me or Kenny playing messing.
I didn't fuck the dog. Calm down, everybody. I didn't fuck.
That explains the views.
Yeah, I guess you'd label it Kenny Bolin fucks a stuffed animal, and people want to see what's going on. But no one had sex with a stuffed animal. Not on this tape.
Well, speak for yourself.
Damn, I knew it. I didn't think that tongue was real in that dog, but I guess we all learned.
The dog has some crazy eyes. I wonder what it's.
It does have some crazy eyes. But yeah,
it looks like a trauma dog.
But me playing with a stuffed dog for about 2.5 minutes got 10 times more views than about 8 shows on the Russo brand now. I don't mean to bury those other shows, Jeff, but I just did. And I don't know. It's
Actually, I didn't realize you were talking about Jeff. I thought you were talking about a certain bald fucker.
Well, he's one of the shows that we just crushing the ratings on him. He does Facebook Live.
Very humble man right here.
He does Facebook views, gets about 15 views, or Facebook Live. He should call it Facebook views because he don't get any. And then I play with a goddamn dog, a stuffed dog. And we're like 1,300 views just on that alone.
Something like it, yeah.
Our last Facebook Live, we're what, 4,400 now?
Well, the real reason, I mean, is because Tuco is incredibly cute, and he's attacking this stuffed animal. And truth be told, Tuco's not the brightest, and
he
a part of
was
that,
just making sure that dog hadn't been resurrected and come back to life. That's all Tuco was doing. He knew. He had a pretty good idea.
A part of not being the brightest, he's also very skittish, actually, and very scared of a lot of things.
Has that fucking cat moved since this show started? I don't think so.
I think Jason has to say something to switch the camera.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's still there.
Yeah, shut up, Jason. Show is moving. I just realized, has he spoke since he introduced us? I don't think he has.
Good show. Good show.
Way to keep your job. Jesus Christ. God damn. What I pay you for?
I
don't.
I have a question. We're just talking about Jeff Jarrett, and I can't fucking believe that I'm doing this.
I don't believe it either. I'm anxious to hear what you're going to say.
I have a fucking question about fucking wrestling here. Chris mentioned something this morning, but he didn't finish his sentence about Jeff Jarrett screwing over or holding Vince hostage for money or something like that.
For the Hall of Fame? Or for a show? I know
he was going to go to WCW. They wanted him to drop the Intercontinental title to China. And before he left, he demanded to get a bunch of money.
I'd have told him.
People are saying that he held him up, but from what I understand, it was money that Vince already owed him from bonuses from
he just wanted what he'd already earned.
Stuff, and he just wanted to get his money before he left.
Nothing wrong with it. If that's the case, I don't blame him.
Like I said, I just didn't hear the full story.
And if he's leaving and he don't want a job to China, then baby.
Well, most people just know. Most people just know the WWE's version, which is he tried to screw him over. And that's
I'm shocked that being like Jeff's the shyest guy in the world. I'm shocked he hasn't given his version of the story.
I think he probably has tried. It just doesn't get near as much traction. Everybody likes the scandal better than the truth.
Well, as long as he didn't tell it on TNA, maybe somebody would have heard. No offense, Jeff.
Was he a wrestler or a manager?
Well, he was a wrestler.
Yeah.
Well, see,
how would I fucking know?
Poor Maya been here 4 years, has no clue if Jeff Jarrett ever grabbed a headlock or not.
I don't fucking know who this fucker is. I'm not gonna give a shit.
You want to keep your secret? Just tell it on TNA. No one will ever know. No one will find out.
Yeah, I've heard that one about OVW
Jimmy Hoffa
before.
was revealed where Jimmy Hoffa was killed on TNA, but it didn't help.
I think OJ had a testimony.
Yeah, OJ had a testimony on there. He told how he did it, but no one knows. No one heard it.
In fact, Donald Trump was saying something about Russians and fucking Ivanka on TNA.
He did. Well, he said that a lot of places. That he liked to fuck Ivanka.
God, that's disgusting.
She is hot. I assume she's not his daughter. That's my guess.
She looks dead like him and his ex-wife.
Oh, no. Him?
Yeah, I actually see quite a bit. What do you think, Jason?
Ivanka?
A little bit.
Oh, I see no Trump in her at all. None.
I see it like around her mouth.
Now, and those two gargoyles that he calls kids, boys, who
he has 3 boys. Well, he has 2 boys and an Eric.
And Baron. And an Eric. Baron. You want to talk about a shit president. And I know
no,
you do.
Don't.
And I know you do. You want to talk about a shit president. You all heard of Barack Obama, the guy that was there 8 years before the dickless wonder we got here now, who played golf instead of going to the funeral 40 miles down the road where 17 kids were. Here's the president of the goddamn United States. Go what fuck. And I gotta get that spite out of here, man. It's just killing me. And you got a funeral with 3 kids being buried Sunday, 2 kids being buried Monday, and you're the president of the United States, and you're staying in your fucking hotel down there that you're just jacking all kinds of fucking money in that you're not supposed to be making. And he says, you know what? I'm not going to play golf Sunday out of respect for the little tykes that got shot. I won't play golf Sunday. Wasn't that nice of him? That was real nice. But Monday comes around, President's Day. Well, fuck those little kids. It's President's Day. I'm playing fucking golf. That's what he did. So apparently he considered himself a president and decided he could play golf today. So wouldn't you think that somebody down there, one of them two little ghoulish little freaking fucking kids of his, that one of them would have walked up to him and said, hey, Dad, why don't we just lay off the golf this week? Them little kids, 5 of the 17 of them that got killed are being buried Sunday and Monday. Why don't you try to make good and go down there and put in your big ugly mug at their funeral and maybe say something nice if you possibly could? Maybe don't blame the FBI. Maybe don't say, well, because of the Russian invasion and the Russian investigation, that those kids got shot. Let's don't do that. No, that's what he did.
He's the only person that can make the eulogy about himself.
Yeah, he blamed the FBI. He said that the FBI hadn't been so wrapped up in the Russia investigation that maybe they would have got that kid before he killed anybody. That he made it about himself.
Well, I mean, he has a point that the FBI fucked up. That is an excuse coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Because, that's not, when somebody's killed, you don't walk up and say, well, it's somebody's fault. You don't say it's somebody's fault. You say, I'm sorry. You show up. You try to help. You don't fucking start blaming everybody a day after it happens. But the FBI did fuck up.
But on top of that, the kids were invited to the White House so Trump can have like a little sermon with them of some type. Like that motherfucker needs to be giving anybody a sermon. And the kid said, no, fuck you. We ain't going to go. We invited you here and you didn't come. You decided to hang out in your hotel one day and then put out 13 tweets blaming everybody from Oprah Winfrey to Barack Obama for the Russian investigation. Then you didn't bother to come to any of our funerals. So here's my political rant of the week. We'll just get that out of the way. That motherfucker's a piece of shit. And here's what I tweeted today. What would Barack Obama do? Can you imagine? Or Oprah? What would either of them do if 17 kids were dead and they're at a hotel 40 miles from the funeral? What would either of them done? Anybody, any Republican,
any
independent,
person anyway,
any good fucking decent human being would have been at the goddamn funeral if you're the leader of the free world.
Well, he's so tone deaf, he'd probably show up and try to have a pep rally.
Nixon would have had the fucking common sense to go to the goddamn funeral. The Bushes would have been there. Mm-hmm. Clinton would have been there. He'd been getting a blowjob, but he'd have been there. But that pisses me off that arrogant fuck. Well, he didn't go because he knew that he's going to get booed out of the goddamn funeral. He knew that those kids hated him, and they had a die-in at the White House today where they all acted like they were dead and laid on the White House yard, and they said he saw it, but he didn't have the fucking courage to confront any of them or to meet any of them or say, hey, what can I do for you? He snuck in a back door of the White House and didn't even see any of them.
Donald Jr., Eric, and Barron could all lay down on the floor and act dead, and he still wouldn't care. He only cares about himself.
Do they have to act? Can't we just kill him?
Okay, yeah.
Can't we just kill him or poison?
Well, regardless of how you feel about him, he is one of the top 50 presidents we've ever had. That's mainly because there's only 45, but
top 50.
Top 50.
In 6 more presidents, he won't be. So no, if this is the guy you all support, man, I don't know what to fucking tell you. I just don't know. 30 some odd % of this country still thinks he's doing a good job and thinks he's a good man. Yeah, that's what good men do.
Even if you were to say I agree with his political agenda and his policies, okay, you're an asshole, you're a racist, I hate you. But I just don't see how any person can say that this is a good person. There's nothing good about him.
I don't know how 2% of the people of this country could align themselves with him.
He's a bad speaker. He doesn't know anything. He mispronounces shit.
Well, I can't point.
He is a terrible person to his children and his family alone. Let's not even mention the rest of the country.
This is where I was going. I got totally off track on the important shit. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember Barack Obama? We started there a little while ago. How many times did you hear the name Sasha? And what was the other kid's name?
Malia.
How many times did you hear the name Sasha and Malia over 8 goddamn years? How many times did you see those kids with him? How many times was he at their prom that he talked about them going out on their first date, going to their first ball game? The kids were always discussed and talked about. That they were an important part of his and Michelle's life. We always knew about the kids. We always knew about Michelle. Michelle actually had a smile on her face sometimes. Who's got a photograph of what's her name? Melania?
Melania. Well, actually, there is a photograph, but it's haunted.
Yeah.
So don't look it up.
Don't look at that one. Okay.
No.
But number one, we never
we
never hear her interacting with this dickhead, which probably points for her. But how many times have you seen a positive day with Barron and Donald and the now I know he's in deep shit every fucking day, but can't you just, if you're going to put up a smoke screen, I would put, hey, come here, Chris, sit on my lap. Let's read to the people a nice story.
How many times have you heard of him playing golf, and how many times have you heard of him playing, let's say, football, soccer, baseball with Barron?
Yeah. He spent 140 some odd days playing golf. Show me how many days he spent any fucking time with little Barron.
And I'll be the first one to say, and I think you agree with that, I don't give a shit about the president's personal life when I agree with his policies.
How many whores he fucks, how many he pays off. That's his
Clinton
business.
Had his relationships with the women, all that stuff. To me, I don't give a shit about that.
But look how good his daughter turned out.
Frankly, I don't give a shit about the the Stormy Daniels shit unless
Daniel Storm. Who's that?
hey.
Probably got his own podcast.
Yeah, you just wait.
Yes, Stormy Daniels can fuck him all she wants. It's more the bribe that we were upset about, the corruption. But the bottom line is that whatever he does with his family is a representation of the person that he is. So I don't care if we have a president who doesn't have kids, who doesn't have a wife, who doesn't have a husband. I don't give a shit. I only give a shit about their personality, and this is a reflection of the person that they are. And on top of that, I also wanted to mention that Republicans are the first one, or Republican candidates are the first ones to say in every debate, oh, I'm a family man. I'm a family man. You guys want a family man? Don't fucking vote for the one who doesn't take care of his kids, who yells at his kids, who wants to fuck his daughter, and who abandons his wife.
And Hall & Oates was a family man. They got a song to prove it.
Yeah, they do. I'm a family man.
What you got?
Anything else? Are we out?
Yeah.
This is it, folks.
Yeah. All right. Three questions.
Well, actually,
that's what we do on Facebook Live. When we want to get out, we let them do 3 questions or 5 questions or whatever. But no, shit president, shit husband, and shittier father. Well, let's go ahead and face it. Just a shitty fucking father. Well, a lot of people give Barron some shit because no one's heard the kid speak a word in the fucking year and 2 or 3 months he's been there. They think he might have autism.
You know, he may just
kids
be shy,
have
though.
autism. He could be.
He could be shy. He could just
be
told not to speak because he's so young.
But I don't know of one thing he's done with this kid. I mean, every now and then you'll see him go to the helicopter or something with him. And I think he's a hostage then. I don't think he wants to go. I mean, he had handcuffs on.
Actually, I
then
do
again,
have a
so
question.
did malaria. All right.
Malaria. You said 3 last questions. My question is,
well, no, we're not done yet. Yeah, we're going to do more.
That's what reminded me of my question.
Oh, okay.
You said we're talking about the school shooting in Florida.
Does the microphone pick up Jason when he's smiling? Because if it don't, they're not going to see him.
The cat better start meowing.
Yeah.
Actually, no, what I was going to ask is, what do you think the consequences should be for so many school shootings? We're talking about a little bit of our ideas.
18 school shootings just since January 1st.
Every 60 hours, there's a school shooting in the U.S. Every 60 hours.
And the gun that they use, the RKO-15, apparently Randy Orton invented it. The RK, whatever the damn thing is. I wouldn't know because I'm not a gun guy. I've gotten through 57 years of life without thinking I needed 100 rounds in my pocket to be able to go to Taco Bell. For crying out goddamn loud. All these were, well, see, what was that goofy fuck used to say he would save our lives?
Frank fucking Regal.
I'll save your life, Mr. Bolin. Yeah, you're in fucking Indiana. I'm in the Golden Corral. We saw a guy in there packing a gun in Golden Corral once. I was looking to Chris. I said, this fucker's making me nervous. Chris says, I don't think, and he's wanting everybody to see that he's got a gun. So, and Frank was with us that day.
I'll protect you.
Yeah, I'll protect you. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Frank. You goofy
Frank,
fuck.
You can't walk 10 steps. You're not going to fucking shoot anybody.
Well, you don't have to walk 10 steps to be able to shoot somebody.
You got to get 10 steps to get your gun.
But he's got his gun on his hip and he's walking around making sure everybody knows that he's got one. Once he pulls out and starts shooting you, Frank ain't going to do shit. Because number one, Frank's the biggest goddamn guy in the building. I'm shooting the big people first, if that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot those big motherfuckers and then we'll worry about the little ones later. I'm getting the easy targets. So Frank ain't going to do shit. And everyone says, well, I got a gun and I'll protect you. No, they don't. Because when Do you walk around all day like even Matt Dillon got shot, you stupid fucks, and it was his job to pack a gun and goddamn avoid people. We were going to lead into this with something today about what the penalty should be if you kill people, which we think would slow it up a lot.
I actually think that this is the thing.
And didn't I accidentally just stumble upon this?
You did. You did a great job here. We have a lot of chemistry here. I don't know where Jason is, but we're doing great. Actually, we were talking about it, and we were thinking about how much violence, especially gun violence, there is in the U.S., but in general, violence and homicides. And we think we came up with a perfect penalty that will keep these fuckers from killing each other.
Oh, it would have shut that guy down in Vegas right now.
Right.
Fuck him.
Right. One fucker.
And it would fuck this little piece of shit the other day.
Yeah,
17.
Absolutely.
No.
There used to be this rule in the wild, wild west.
But Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke. Any other shows, or do you just remember from Gunsmoke?
Well, especially Gunsmoke, because there's a lot more killing on that show. Lucas McCain. They didn't show as much burying, but they had a half-hour show.
These people believe that we should be in the Wild West and we should all carry guns to shoot each other all the time.
Yeah.
You want to shoot somebody?
The answer to the gun problem is more guns. That's all the Republicans' answers. More guns.
So you want to shoot somebody? You got to dig their grave.
Dig their fucking grave.
6 feet wide, 6 feet deep.
Maybe
you
even
dig one fucking grave. And imagine digging one for a fat guy.
And if you shoot a tall motherfucker or a wide motherfucker, you got to dig a bigger goddamn hole.
You got you're fucked.
I dare you to shoot me, you cocksuckers. I dare you.
You shoot somebody, you kill somebody, you dig their grave.
You'll be digging. If you shoot me in January, you'll be digging my grave till March. Just remember that, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. It's as easy as that. You kill one motherfucker, you dig their grave, you're done. I promise you.
Oh, and you give them a shovel, and I hope to God it's a dry summer day in August in Macon, Georgia. Mm-hmm. You will never get that goddamn grave dug. Mm-hmm. But you got to dig this little motherfucker, dig 17 graves, 6 feet deep, 8 feet long, because he might have shot some tall people. You never know.
Some tall fuckers.
And I think it's also 4 feet wide. 4 feet wide, because you got to make the casket fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there you go. So, but that's mandatory. Who's going to think, goddamn, I mean, I might get by with murder here.
Because apparently murder,
I got a good lawyer,
but
regardless, I got to dig 17 fucking graves.
I mean, think
55 graves.
The money you spend on a lawyer wasn't enough punishment. Going straight to jail, not enough punishment. Getting raped in jail, not enough punishment.
Life in prison, not enough punishment.
Not enough punishment.
Electric chair, not enough punishment. Gas chamber, not enough punishment. Back in the old days, your trial lasted 3 days and they hung you from a fucking rope in town square.
And that was still not enough. That was still not enough. We think you need to go through the real shit and dig a grave.
Dig a grave.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody you kill, you dig a hole. And I hope it's a hot, dry summer day, you motherfuckers.
Bolin 2020.
Bolin 2020. I'll solve this shit.
Let's end the show right here.
Oh, and the other thing, this is the truth. A guy smarter than me. Yep, there are such people. George Will, he had the simplest answer ever. And I've been tweeting this a lot lately. So hopefully it'll work on the boy. This is a real fucking political show, but people just got shot and killed and no one's wanting to do shit about it. So that's why we're talking about it tonight. But George Will said there is somewhere, pending who you believe, according to science studies, there's somewhere between a minimum of a 90-year supply of guns to a maximum of a 200-year supply of guns. If we started ending them now, if we banned them all now, guns would last somewhere between 90 and 200 years, pending who you believe. But guess what? They all come back with stats on ammo. There is less than a 2-year supply of ammo. If we quit making ammo today, we're out of ammo in roughly 2 years. So fuck it. You want to have your guns? Have all the goddamn guns you want. Have all the RKO 15s you want, the Randy Orton special. Have all the AK-47s you want. Because in 2 years, motherfucker, you ain't going to have no goddamn ammo. You're going to have to find some smart guy to make you a bullet, like at, what's that guy's name
Eugene.
On Walking Dead? Like Eugene on, how did I forget Eugene?
I knew exactly where you were
like
going.
Eugene on Walking Dead. If you ain't got some smart autistic motherfucker to make you a bullet, then you're fucked. And that will put an end to this shit. Oh, I got 115 guys. That little fucking punk, whatever his name is, like they said on CNN, we don't need to know his name. We don't need to hear his name. It's sad enough we got to see his face. That little punk, and he was sick. Well, let's face it, he was sick. But that little fucker bought 10 of those fucking assault weapons at 18 and 19 years of age. Where the fuck? I can't afford 10 of those goddamn guns. Where the hell? And I got some money saved. Well, not much.
I just want to meet the fucking parents. I just want them meet.
Well, they're dead.
No, I just want to meet the fucking parents that raise the children that believe it's okay to murder. Whatever you teach your children.
He was also abusive to animals. That was revealed today.
Of course.
So they said, well, we got to find out if he was having any mental illness. What the fuck?
Fuck the mental illness.
Well, no, of course he was having mental illness.
I think you got 17 pieces of proof.
He killed animals and he shot 17 kids in school over a bad fucking day. And he said that he had been a bully and a little piece of shit his whole life. Yes, he was sick. And no one did anything about it.
What scares me is people who abuse animals, not because I believe animals are better than humans. I'm not like Kenny. I genuinely believe that humans are more important. But what scares me is that people, even children, and I'm not a big fan of children for this reason, children would hurt animals. They see them being in pain. They hear their screams, and an animal can scream like a person. And if that doesn't stop you from hurting an animal, it's not going to stop him from hurting a person.
No,
that is the first warning we get. If we see a 5-year-old Willie hurt another animal and we hear them screaming, we hear them whimpering, and that child doesn't react, I mean, I don't have any sympathy for those children.
Choco just had surgery here a few days ago, and she's got stitches in her back, and the poor thing came home. And she was okay for a few hours. And then, of course, her meds wear off. And the poor thing is, in dog terms, crying her fucking eyes out. And it was fucking killing me to hear that poor little thing cry. And then to think that there's people that can cause this pain themselves and they get something out of that and they want to burn cigarette. I mean, what the fuck? I mean, these people need help or put down immediately. They're worse than any animal. Why are we wasting our fucking time? From what I've heard from studies, you can't save these people. It's not like you're going to make them better. It's not like you're going to put them in some institution and all of a sudden they're going to come out and they're not going to want to kill people anymore and they're not going to want to hurt animals anymore. Once you cross the path to where you want to put a cigarette out in a dog's eye or you want to cut his tail off just to see if he lives and bullshit like that, you're beyond help.
And this to me goes on the same level as children because they're defenseless. They don't know what they're doing.
No.
Adults to me is a different thing. It's still wrong. Don't get me wrong, but it's a different thing. We're discussing animals here because it's like the first step to just psychopathy, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what's next once they start doing this. If they're hurting and killing animals, people are next, motherfuckers. I promise you.
If you don't feel anything when you hear a dog or a cat or somebody or something whimpering, I mean, I don't understand that. It sounds like a child. How can you not? It sounds like a baby. How can you not see it? Even if you personally are not a cat person or a dog person, you at least would feel that it's wrong. It's morally wrong. You don't have to love these fuckers. I'm not a huge dog person. I'm not going to hurt a dog.
Yeah, Jason, did you hear and I'm not a big cat person, but I don't want to hurt a cat. Well, I see one right now that probably has a beat coming. But no, it's I remember when I was a kid, my dad was a big hunter and I used to be real good with a slingshot. And I used to shoot sparrows with either rocks or crayons. And now that I reflect back, I'm ashamed of myself that I let my father, because it wasn't my mom. My mom didn't have shit to do with that. But I let my stepdad make me think it was okay. I remember he took me out into a field once and he put a 22 rifle in my hand and wanted me to shoot a groundhog. And I purposely shot 6 feet left because I wasn't going to shoot the poor groundhog. I don't want to shoot a damn squirrel. And I guess if I get hungry enough and I want to eat a groundhog or a squirrel, that's another story. But I wasn't hungry enough to eat a groundhog or a squirrel. I had no intent. I was 6 fucking years old, maybe 7. And I didn't want to me, they're cute little animals. I remember I watched my dad shoot a deer once and I cried for a fucking week.
It's severe on a child. But even hunters, I will say there's lots of hunters who believe in killing the animals a certain way so it doesn't hurt them. Even hunters think about this. And then there's these people that just jokingly throw a cat in the fire, and do you remember the show Making a Murderer?
I remember it. I don't know how much of it I saw, though.
Jason, have you ever watched it?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet. I have it in my Netflix queue, though.
I believe that's on Netflix, but don't quote me on that. It was a show about a guy who was wrongfully convicted and went to jail for many, many years. It was kind of like the Serial podcast and all that stuff. Yeah. And it was very, very popular and it was very high quality. But within like the first or second episode, they talked about the guy. They said that he had an IQ of, I believe, 80, which I didn't know that IQs got that low. And they said, They said you'd be an expert, and they
666 here.
and they said that the guy already had a criminal record, but it was very minor. That
It
was animal
Kroger.
abuse.
It was Kroger. Fuck.
It was animal abuse. And
Oh,
the guy
you're
himself,
talking about someone else.
the guy himself said that he was a young teenager and that him and his friends were joking around. They were drinking, and they picked up the cat and they accidentally threw the cat in the fire. And I heard that story, and even though the guy was like, less than average intelligent, I just could not watch the show anymore, because just the idea of somebody doing that and not just, feeling guilty enough to have to see a therapist. I would never be able to talk about that. There are things that I have done that are not even remotely as bad that I cannot talk about without feeling this pain in my heart.
That is one thing I'll say about Jimmy. I know I've said recently that I wish Jimmy would get some help, and that he's got some severe anger problems and his shit with Russo and me for working with Russo. But one thing I will say about Jimmy is I never have to worry about him hurting an animal. He's dead like me when it comes to that. I remember it was he had a deer that was just eating food in his backyard. It wasn't a pet. He's just a deer he saw quite a bit. And they'd go out and feed it, and they'd feed the deer's babies. And then that deer got hit by a car here several months ago. And I heard, because I wasn't talking to Jimmy then, but I heard it tore him up. And I remember Big Vito and Jeff Lang were trying to give me some shit because I was concerned for Jimmy, knowing how important that deer was to him. So even though Jimmy and I wasn't speaking and we were on bad terms, I felt horrible for him because I know what that deer meant to him. And so they give me shit that I sent sympathy Jimmy's way. Oh, well, y'all just in cahoots with each other. Y'all just fucking with everybody. But man, animal lovers come together and we gravitate towards each other. I'm supposed to be eating dinner here real soon with Angie Fenton, who is a huge animal lover here, and I need to contact her because she wanted to meet with us in February. And but man, I just don't know where it comes from. But once they start killing animals, the people are next. And this guy that did this shit in Miami, and I have trouble. I view it all a little differently now. What a little piece of shit motherfucker! They ought to just take him out back and fucking shoot him, because you're angry about what he did. But these people are sick, and I'm angry that no one's getting them anywhere or secluding them. I don't know that you can rehabilitate them. I really don't. But have you ever noticed that when certain people are on their medication, they're fine, good people to be around, but if they're off their medication, they're fucked? And that can be on many, many different levels. I know people in this area that if they're on their medication, they're great people. If they're off their medication, holy fucking shit. It's a problem. And I even dated one or two. Mm-hmm. So, but you got to get them some type of help. You got to, the minute you notice something like this, that there's that anger, that hatred, that they want to kill somebody. They talk about killing somebody. They talk about killing a dog, a cat, a pet, anything. If it's living and breathing and you just have a desire to kill it, and it's not an insect that's going to bite you and put you in a hospital, because I have done that. Goddamn. Get them help. Get them secluded. Get them away from people. And I thought they could be helped. But the only thing that can help them is if they stay on their medicine. And if they don't personally stay on it, they don't have somebody there to make them take it every day, they get off from it and they become dangerous, not only to themselves, but to others. And now that we're hearing this stuff about this kid down in Florida, all the stories are coming back like, this sick motherfucker everybody knew he was going to do it. And no one did shit about it. And I didn't mean to turn this show into such a political rant about Trump and the shooting down there and everything, but this shit's been building on me, and I'm so proud of those kids in Florida. The Gonzalez girl with a shaved head, and then there's a kid there that doesn't look like he weighs 112 pounds soaking wet, but he's got that stern look on his face, and he looks like he might be a bit on the scary side. But his dad is a retired FBI agent, and he said he is sick of especially Republicans doing nothing. And we're just letting kids die, and no one's doing shit. These kids are going to rally. These kids are going to get people all over the nation on March the 24th to march to the White House. They had a tremendous support down at the White House today, just with local kids that go to school there that were doing a die-in in the White House lawn in the yard. Can you imagine what it's going to be like the 24th when this thing builds and builds and builds? Because you think the women's march was something else. These kids are pissed. And the women were just pissed because piece of shit men were grabbing their pussies without permission. These kids are dying. These kids don't know when their school is going to be next. These kids don't realize when the next guy comes through that looks like a decent guy, but somebody that was their buddy yesterday decides to kill 25 of them today, but his goal was 50 to 100. And they're sick of it. And it can eventually be done away with. Australia ended it in what, 2 years, Maya?
Not only that, I'm from the city of Erfurt in Germany, where we had the biggest school shooting in Germany, one of the only ones. We've had like 10. And that was the last one. That was a huge school shooting. It was
what year was that?
2001 or 2002. I don't
remember.
remember
16
exactly.
Years ago. We've had 18 here in the last 45 days.
And after that school shooting, we took massive measures. Not just, we didn't have to worry about gun control personally, because I believe he was the son of a police officer.
And I remember when that happened. Now that you talk about it, I
not only did we take measures regarding bullying and so on and so forth, we took measures regarding the doors in school, that you cannot open them from the outside.
No,
there are schools that have doormen. There are schools that lock. In France, most every school locks and has a wall around the school premises.
Oldham County High was like that. You couldn't get into that school once those doors were closed. You couldn't get in there unless an authority figure let you in.
Yes, you got a ring and they let you in if you're late.
At Oldham County High in 1976. How the fuck can that not be implemented now? I never heard of a goddamn school shooting when I graduated in 1979. It had never happened.
That school shooting in Erfurt was the last one of its kind, and we took care of that fucking shit. And that's what bothers me here. You guys want to talk about how millennials don't do anything. Children, we just want to sit around. We want to go to Starbucks and waste our money on avocado toast, and we don't want to go to college. We don't want to invest in the housing market. You guys crashed. We're standing the fuck up. And whether you agree with us or not, so did the people in the 60s and the 70s, especially during Vietnam. And those people got something done. And 30, 40 years from now, they're going to congratulate us and say, oh, you did such a great job. Totally forget that you guys shit on us and said that we're nothing but children. When we speak up, you guys just look at us and you judge us based on our age. Our age says nothing. Our maturity says something. If you go out there and you shoot a fucking cat and you think that there's nothing wrong with that, your maturity is 0. Mm-hmm. So do not judge us based on our fucking age.
I tell you what, guys, I really think, and I hope, but also think, this is going to be the difference maker, because this is the first time that the children have said, you adults ain't doing shit. We're going to do shit. We're fed up. Because that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm seeing, is that the adults are fuck ups. You're not doing shit. You're worried about how much money the NRA is giving you, how much money that that you can put in your pockets instead of how many lives you can save. You're worried about being voted in next year. Not only money for your party, but money for yourselves. They said, you know what the little Gonzalez girl said? She says, I want to ask Donald Trump to his face, how much money did you make from the NRA? Well, you trying to make a deal with that cat?
No.
All right. That
cat is listening. He's a gun owner.
What do you got to say? Because I think this is the longest that we've ever done a show that you ain't got shit in.
I think where we went wrong down the line is
exactly right. So let me finish my.
I think we just need to start sending our criminals to Australia like we did back in the old days, and I think everything will be fine.
There, and so is Paul RJ. So and Dave Diamond, is that the other one?
Yes.
We got a shitload of criminals down there. No, I've got a ton of fans down there, and why do we want to send them there? They got their shit together. They
can rehabilitate them.
These goddamn weapons, and in 2 years they cleaned Australia up.
They can clean these guys up.
Well,
they know what they're doing. Send them to them. They can fix it.
I just think that the Trump administration and the people that voted for him are just a representation of the older generations of this country, in particular, unfortunately, white women, holding on to the old standards and traditions of women not working or working less than men.
Our Second
women
Amendment,
being protected and having to be protected and all that stuff. They are intimidated by the younger generations that are gay as fuck, that are transsexual as fuck, that are liberal as fuck. Well, get over it. We're going to fucking suck dick and we're going to eat pussy. Get over it.
Damn. Where'd that come from? Our Second Amendment basically goes back to the musket days. And there's been comedians that have made fun of this. I'm sure, Jason, you've probably seen an act or two to where they make fun of let me get my musket, motherfucker. I'm weeding you. And it takes him 5 minutes to get his gun and to get it loaded. And by the time he does, he forgot what he was mad about. That is the thought behind the 3-day waiting period before you can even buy a gun, no matter who the fuck you are. That's a pretty good start. It wouldn't help this kid, because his kid's been buying these son of bitches ever since he was 18. He's 19 now, and he had over 10 assault weapons.
Muskets, are those the ones that you have to put the pulver, the powder in?
That's the ones.
They should bring those back.
Yeah, well, but
that'd be fine for hunting. You get one try.
But that's the Second Amendment, and the states in it, all Americans have the right to bear arms. How do you know they didn't mean sleeveless shirts?
Pretty sure that's spelled differently.
That's something Colorado
you have the right to bear arms.
You took that literally, don't you?
I'm implementing my God-given right to a bare arm, motherfucker. Oh, Lord. All right. So what else we got?
Actually, I was going to switch over from talking about the millennials to talking to the lovely lady we met tonight who gave us two wonderful gifts.
Was she the sweetest thing in the world?
Yes.
Now, do we want to main event this, or do we want to cover some other? All right, let's. We have really just been on a political rant here. We're going to go probably longer than I planned on. We are. Why don't we talk about that little accident I had at Walmart?
Oh, God, you sure you want to do this?
I don't really want to, but you told me you were, whether I wanted to or not.
All right. Well, so something happened at Walmart, and I'm going to tell you guys.
Something happened. Something bad happened.
He's very ashamed, but I feel like you guys need to know.
Totally ashamed.
So I don't know if you guys know, but he's turning 58 next month.
Yeah,
so
March 16th.
He's getting up there in age.
Chris is going to be 31. Oh, motherfucker.
I'm going to be 17.
Choco's going to be 5.
Yeah, so we're getting up there in age,
we
are having a little bit of trouble keeping it in our pants. And we're not talking about women here. You want to tell them what happened?
I kept it in my pants.
Oh, yeah, you did.
For the most part.
For the most part. It was a lot of it wasn't his pants.
Lady wasn't that attractive. Girl behind me was. Little Taylor.
Little Taylor was wonderful. Where did we meet them? You want to tell them?
We met them at Walmart.
Yeah, at the
eyeglass shop. I was in there getting some eyeglasses.
Yeah.
And getting some lenses replaced that I've needed to do for like 3 fucking years. And I finally got motivated and went up to the Walmart. And people going, God, Bolin's poor. He's getting his eyeglasses at the fucking Walmart. Hey,
this is why you guys need to donate, okay?
Yeah, that's why you need to donate. I normally get them at Zini Optical, which is a good place. But if you need inexpensive glasses in 10 days, they're a great place to go. You can. The ones I'm wearing now are tinted prescription sunglasses that I got for like $30. So Zenny Optical, they don't pay me a fucking dime, but if you need glasses, don't drop $500 on these fucking things at Olympus Eye Care or wherever the fuck. I mean, goddamn,
motherfucker,
goddamn, just fucking lenses, shit.
You have to do your sign off in a Jim Cornette voice.
Huh?
You have to do your sign off in a Jim Cornette voice.
I'll see what I can do.
I just want to make sure I say that now so we don't forget.
All right. I'll see what I can do. I've never done it before, so this will be new. But you might ever remind me. So I'm at Walmart and I'm trying to get my lenses replaced and everything. And this lady is doing everything she can to ignore what she thinks she's seeing going on in front of her.
Lady, very, very nice lady. Her name was Danita. Wonderful lady.
Wonderful lady. Taylor was hot.
A couple walks in.
20-something
Taylor, very young girl.
Very pretty.
Well, she was a cute white girl.
Yeah.
And she's walking around. She's putting on glasses, and we're telling her which ones are cute. And she's sharing it with her boyfriend Curtis. And we're all just joking around. I tell him that I can't take him anywhere.
I think I could have replaced Curtis in about 30 seconds.
You couldn't have. Curtis was very good looking in black.
And I'm so in white. So.
So yeah,
but
Taylor
I could have bought her glasses and a bag of groceries.
Wow, look at that, people!
And a bag of chips.
Anybody want to apply?
And a bag of chips.
You got a couple of openings, don't you?
Yeah, I think
you're down to like 2 girlfriends.
Ah, boy, they're dropping like flies. They're dropping like flies.
Maybe they're dropping because of what you did at Walmart.
Yeah, it's not very sexy.
After this airs, you're gonna lose 2 more.
Yeah, I might lose them all after this. Thanks a lot. Got to go out and recruit some more.
And he's flirting with Taylor right in front of her beautiful boyfriend.
I am.
And
fuck him.
I'm ashamed of him already.
Fuck you, Curtis.
I'm ashamed before I knew what he had actually done. And Danita is going through the computer and she keeps looking down at the floor.
Yeah, she does.
There's this yellow liquid
on
the floor.
Yellow pool laying on the floor there at Walmart, right below my cart that I'm sitting on.
Yep. Did you spill your Spite?
Big pool of yellow.
You did not have a can of
Spite.
Spite.
Number one, Spite is clear. Spite is clear. But hand me that canner if you would. So she said that someone earlier that day had been in there and pissed all over the floor. And she didn't want to embarrass me, being as she saw me hitting on Taylor, the 21, 22-year-old beautiful white
flirting
girl.
with women while you pee. That's
While you pee. And who else has done that? Who's pissed in the floor and thinks he can get a hot 22-year-old white girl?
This is one of those
R. Kelly.
The game of never have I ever flirted with a girl while pissing.
There's not a lot of men that have that exorbitant amount of confidence that they think they could piss in the floor at Walmart and pick up a 22-year-old white girl. I thought I could. R.
Kelly's done it while he had sex with him.
Who's that?
R. Kelly.
Well, that's a whole nother game, and I'll talk to you about that another day. So
he'll teach you that another day.
I've seen them videos. So I'm sitting there. So I reach in my pocket. Maya's bitching me out because I have one of these, a citrus drop. One, as Rodney Dangerfield used to say, one of these. And and it's unopened in my hoodie pocket, the Bolin Club hoodie, which you can get for $59.95. And it's in my pocket, and I'm getting thirsty in there. We've been in the eyeglass place for a while, and I'm trying to bring my A game on 22-year-old Taylor there because I know Curtis could be some stiff competition. Yeah, stiff. And so I reach in my pocket to wet my lips, these big beautiful lips you ladies see here in front of you today, and I want to drink my citrus drop. And I look down, and the motherfucker feels like it's about a quarter, like there's a quarter of it left. It's about 3/4 empty. It's not open. It's sealed fucking shut, but it's 3/4 fucking empty. And I reached down in my pocket, which I got a little bit wet leaving the house. It was raining, and I bumped up against something. I got my pocket wet. I said, well, fuck, it'll be dry by the time I get to Walmart. I reach in my pocket, and that goddamn pocket is motherfucking soaked. I mean, you can wring this motherfucker out. Just yellow going every fucking where. And that lady looked, oh my God, I'm so thankful that that's your can of Coke. I thought you were sitting there peeing right in the floor, and I didn't want to embarrass you while you was hitting on that young girl.
And she looks at me and she says, I looked down, I saw the yellow on the floor, and I thought to myself, not again.
Not again. She thought she because she didn't want to clean it up. And needless to say, I wouldn't have either had I pissed in her floor. And then poor Taylor said, so we just went and played with it. And then I said, hey, Taylor, how you doing? Just pissed on the floor over there.
Are you into diapers?
What do you think about that? Yeah, it depends, right? It depends. So, so the story was going around that Kenny Bolin pisses on the floor at Walmart.
While he's pissing on the floor, it was Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day. People were walking out with large stuffed animals. And Maya and I, while we're waiting on our eyeglasses, decided to do commentary on these dumb schlups coming in here buying these big ass animals with like 4 minutes to go before they can get to their girlfriend's house. So what was the commentary we did on that one fuck that come in? He's got
one guy's walking around. He's got this huge unicorn in his arm and two just huge packs of chocolate in the other hand. And he's walking
and a giant ass unicorn.
I mean, a huge unicorn.
Yeah.
And he's walking to the right. And I'm like, oh, he's going to go get his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
He's going to the car. He's going to go call his Megan. And they're going to have a great night. He's going to fall asleep too quick. And then he comes back around. I say, shit, she dumped him.
Shit went south.
He's back. Fucking south. And you see him going the other direction.
And he's getting a refund.
And I'm like, he's getting a fucking refund. That unicorn ought to be like $20.
So we're cracking Taylor and Curtis up because they're hearing us do commentary on all these dumb fuckers. So we see like 5 of them going through. And what do
we see suddenly? The refund guy comes back around. I say, he called his side piece.
Got the backup plan. He decided to keep it.
Up.
Got the backup plan going. Yeah.
So if you're out there and you got 2 huge packs of chocolate and a huge unicorn from Walmart,
it wasn't meant for you. You're the backup plan.
You might want to look for a backup plan.
Whoever got a big giant ass $75 unicorn and about 2 $20 boxes of candy, we saw the price tags. So there's Kenny Bolin pisses at Walmart out of the way. What else did we have? The rant on Trump. That went longer than I thought.
We did that.
No, it didn't.
Do you want to plug your bonus bowling alley again?
Yeah, we're gonna. Jason don't even know about this. Might be wise to let him in on it unless he's been reading Twitter and Facebook, and I know he ain't. We're doing a bonus bowling alley in March. Maybe every month, we'll see. But Russo gave me this great idea because he charges 8 people $100 a pop or 9 people. He does because he have Lane? Yeah, he's got 8. Him and Lane host, and he charges $100 a pop to do a wrestling seminar. And supposedly people pay this $100, and Russo spends 60 to 90 minutes with them, and they talk wrestling and everything. And I was going, well, goddamn, if Russo's worth $100, I'm surely to God worth 50. So I trumped. I hate to use that word. I trumped what Russo was doing. I charged $49.90 for to be one of the 8 boxes on the bonus Bolin Alley show, and you get a free copy of my book. And if you already got my book, for $10 more, you can get a shirt or hat. And
we already have how many people have
4. We got 4 that have paid. We got 4 slots open, and I haven't really pushed it until like yesterday. And we got till March.
Yesterday, it already filled half the slots.
Yeah, yeah. And
if you want to come on, how do they PayPal you?
They can PayPal me, or I can invoice them, but they have to notify me by my inbox. Notify me first, make sure there's spots open.
When's the last chance to notify you?
They have to notify me by March the 1st, by the night of March the 1st. And unless you have extenuating circumstances to where I need to buy you a little bit more time, but I'd like to have everybody paid by March the 1st. All proceeds go to the Amal Bolin Memorial Fund, and we're going to do that for at least a couple of months. So basically, that's 2 bonus shows over that 2 months, and we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, it might be something we'll do every month, and if not, then fuck it.
And if you want to come on, tell your story of how you pissed or hopefully more at Walmart, come on and maybe teach him how to get away with it.
No questions are off limits. Talk about anything you want. You're a part of the show. All I ask you to do is be respectful to those speaking, like what Jason's done tonight. I think Jason's there. I don't know. We'll find out when the show's over. But if I'm talking,
cat has now replaced him.
If I'm talking, you shut the fuck up. If the 2 previous hosts before Jason had known this, they'd still be here today. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
The cat knows the goddamn rules. Cat's been over there for an hour and a half going,
Mr. Kitty, he runs that house.
This is the easiest fucking job in the world. That fat motherfucker talks for 90 minutes, and I just sit here and show my ass.
Speaking of ass,
Black Chris. How you doing, Black Chris? Black Chris, you got something to say?
Black Chris was with us on the Facebook Live here a few days ago. When did we do one?
Facebook Live, that was last Monday.
Last Monday. We got about 4,200 views so far, I think.
It's up to almost 4,400 now.
Oh, nice.
I reposted it today, and we picked up a few more hundred views. And it's as a matter of fact, Jason, we had 3,100 live views before we disconnected, which is a record for the Bolin Alley. Normally, we got 1,500, 1,800, and we'll end up with about 3,500 on average. We've had some do better, especially if I cry. But I didn't cry on this one, and we still got over, I think, 4,400 views. So not too bad for a Bolin Alley Live.
It was a good show.
These are the things that Big Vito does. It gets like 15 views.
Well, the reason why he doesn't do as well as we do is because he didn't have a story about Jim Cornette jerking off to Dusty Rhodes.
Well, and we did. So
if you guys want to chime in, it is on his Twitter. It's also on his Facebook. You can watch it even without Facebook.
You're trying to crack 5,000 views. You're coming on here and promoting a show we've already done.
I cannot say no to a challenge.
All right. Maybe we'll tell that story here one day, too.
Well, actually, it was just a really funny show. And then we told the story of how he received a letter from Prince Harry, the Prince Harry from Great Britain.
Yeah, that was a funny story.
We laughed so much. I mean, it was truly amazing. So,
didn't we have something on here we was going to tell? And he said, well, Kenny, you've already told it. Don't tell it again. Or was that it?
I don't know. Jason, do you remember?
No, I don't remember having anything that we'd already talked about.
Did I already give my opinions on Tommy Rich being introduced into the Hall of Fame?
No.
That's because he's not. It's goddamn Jeff Jarrett. Yeah. Now pay attention.
Who's Tommy Rich?
Yeah, I seen if he's paying attention, and he's not. He was over there.
I thought he was going to talk about. I thought he was going to talk about the prospects of him going.
No, we're going to talk about that.
No, I did think it was weird that. Last year, the WWE Hall of Fame was headlined by Kurt Angle, who was in the TNA Hall of Fame. And this year, 2 more people in the TNA Hall of Fame are going into the WWE.
And who are they? I guess Jarrett's in the TNA Hall of Fame too.
Yeah, and the Dudley Boys.
Oh, good. All right. Well, I like one of the Dudley Boys.
Well, Sting's in there too, isn't he? Or is he?
I think he is.
So that's pretty much their entire Hall of Fame is in the WWE's Hall of Fame.
We got, I would say 15 minutes left, but weren't we like 12 minutes late getting here?
Something like it.
Yeah. All
At
right.
least 10, I'd say.
All right.
Yeah, we do.
I think they want us to go under an hour anyway, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, we have one
They
more
tell
thing
me,
to cover.
Russo tells me that, and every show we do goes 90 minutes, and he's in control of the show. So, I don't know.
Do you want to main event it?
Do I want to main event it? Are we ready for the main event yet?
I think we are.
And then,
Jason, are you ready for the main event? Is your cat ready?
Did you have anything else that you felt was urgent that we should talk about?
Let me bring up my notes here. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, Jeremy Borash left Impact. Jeremy Borash left
Shut
Impact.
up! I see my notes.
And you wonder why I don't talk.
People hate it when I talk over them. That's why I keep doing it.
Now, Jeremy Borash left Impact to go to the WWE. That's about the only other thing that I have other things to talk about.
I didn't know he was still there. I had no clue. So Borash is going to go to the WWE. Yeah. Is he taking Coachman's place? What's going on?
From what I understand, he's going to be in NXT. It looks like Triple H was behind bringing him in.
Yeah. Well, Borash is excellent talent. He should be working for one. Well, I would say one of the big boys, and I know TNA used to think they were one of those. But when you're on cable and Kenny Bolin's podcast shows are out drawing your TV shows, you're in deep shit.
Wasn't he in the dying days of WCW too? Sure. I thought he was an announcer towards the end.
He may have been. I honestly to God can't remember, but I do know he was there for all the TNA shit from the inception on. And a good guy. And who's the other guy I mentioned earlier that you said you thought had left, who was a fan of mine?
Mike Tenay.
Mike Tenay. They were fine people, man. I liked them all. Didn't have any problem with them.
What'd you think about Don West?
I thought Borash was a little cartoonish, but hey, look at Mean Gene Okerlund, and he's a Hall of Famer. So,
what'd you think of Don West?
I like Don West. Don West was a fan of mine as well. I loved the baseball cards that he used. I knew him from being a baseball card salesman on the Home Shopping Club networks. And so I used to get a kick out of him on there. And the next thing I know, I find out he's a wrestling fan. And I used to tell Tenay every week to tell Don West his time was limited, that I was going to be taking his place. And fortunately, I never did. Because I now still work with Dignity, and the rest of them are, a whole of shame.
Did Jim ever talk about trying to bring you into TNA during his time? Not the last run, but the run before that.
No, well, number one, Jimmy didn't hang around in the last run long enough to get himself in, more or less anybody else. No, Jimmy is the last thing he wanted is for somebody from Louisville, Kentucky, other than himself, getting any attention on a wrestling television show, unless he could take credit for it, which is what he did at OVW. And because he could take credit for any success I had there. But if you ever notice, Jimmy was never too fond of anything good that ever happened to me unless he could somehow take credit for it. And people pointed that out to me over the years. Good friends have pointed it out. Former enemies have pointed it out. Families pointed it out. Ex-wives have pointed it out. And when you sit back and analyze it and look at it through a different set of glasses, it's true. He was never, when I thought I was going to be on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, he shit all over it. Oh, that's the goddamn internet thing. They're goddamn Bolin. They're not wanting to, another Cornette impersonation. Goddamn Bolin. They're not wanting to talk to you. Jesus fucking Christ. They're just trying to get to Cena. They're not trying to talk. I didn't know Jimmy was so country, but I guess he was.
I was just going to say, when did you turn to Rip Rogers?
Goddamn Jethro. So now he just never seemed to be happy for anything that happened for me that he didn't have something to do with. So
yeah, just a few weeks before everything went down, we were outside on the front porch. We were calling Jimmy because I had gotten him out of a $7,000 bill.
Yes,
and we were very excited about that.
Yes,
it's, the Bolin leg.
we were,
and we were in the front
about
yard.
My luck.
I had written this really mean letter to his former landlord, and granted, there was a lot of shit going on in that property, so it wasn't that I was making shit up, but I got him out of that bill, and so we were celebrating. We're out of our beautiful front porch.
You made me pay the $40 I was never going to pay.
I wanted to go away.
They sure shit wasn't getting $7,000.
They went from $7,000 to $40. And I told them, you fucking pay that.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, mine says. I know that you consider that you lost if you pay this $40. No, Maya, you're right. I'll pay it because now I've got 4 years good history with them. Right. And I'll fuck the people I'm with right now. So.
Please let's not air that part. So we were out in the front yard and it was a beautiful day. And we called Jimmy.
The cat moved.
Jason, say something.
Lazy son of a bitch.
Kenny, you have to shut up for the camera to go to Jason.
I'm sorry.
Well, nobody saw the fucking. Okay, talk now.
Okay, there we go. There's the cat. That's moving.
Well, that was worth shutting up.
He's
for.
the main attraction.
And he
here.
just left.
I think that's the longest you've been quiet in the last 90 minutes.
Every time they talk about wrestling, I start watching that cat.
Yeah, that's all the time you're getting to my ass. I'm out of here.
So we're on the front porch, and we decide to call Jimmy to tell him about this incredible story, how Bolin once again got out of a bill.
Yeah.
And we tell him the whole story, and he goes, "You want to do impersonation?"
Go ahead. Let's hear you do one.
I cannot do any impersonation. God damn it, fuck. God damn it, there's this tree in my front yard. God damn it. Oh, fuck. Motherfuck.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
The whole thing.
That's pretty close.
And he's not happy for Kenny whatsoever. And he goes, "Well, that's great, but there's this tree in my front yard." I don't remember what happened
He
with the
was
tree.
upset that a tree that had been in his yard for over 40 years, that he had a feeling something bad was going to happen to. Well, finally a storm came through there, and just as he was doing dishes or something and looking out his kitchen window, he saw that tree that he planted when he was a kid that had been growing for over 40 years, got hit by lightning or something and just fell to the ground right in front of him, and he was just distraught about that. So
I mean, it truly is sad. I understand why he was sad.
But fuck, but I mean, the tree was dying anyway. Goddamn.
He was not happy for Kenny whatsoever. He couldn't have told him, this is a bad time, I'll call you back, whatever.
No.
He had no empathy, no happiness for him whatsoever.
That Maya had gotten me out of a $7,000 bill with my former complex over. Well, number one, I broke the lease. Number one, I broke it 4 months early. Number three, my dog died there.
Number three.
Yeah, number eight, I could have set the place on fire and done about $4,000 worth of improvements. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was a shit place. They deserved it.
Yeah.
But we're all good now.
They're all good.
We're all good now.
Everybody's happy. Bill's paid all $40 of it. I didn't like paying that $40.
We're not going to mention any names.
No names. No name of the complex. Won't mention it was in Buttrell. We're not even going to talk about that. Shame on me for living in Buttrell, because I live on Cherokee Triangle now.
That means a lot to people outside of Louisville.
Where all the hot Asians live. I ain't seen a single hot Asian since I've been on Cherokee Triangle. Now I see them up on by the Qdoba, up on Bardstown Road. I've seen 3 or 4 up there, but you just don't see them down here.
You see the ghoul?
I saw the ghoul. The ghoul was out today.
The ghoul is this woman who lives on our street, and she's a very, very
she's probably watching right now.
She is so pasty, so white. She looks like a ghost.
All tattooed up.
She's got tattoos everywhere, and then she wears these shorts, and her legs are even whiter than the rest of her. So she floats around the neighborhood. We call her the ghoul.
And tonight we hadn't seen the ghoul in a while. Hadn't been a ghoul sighting since Halloween, strangely enough. And that's no bullshit. That's the last time we saw her. So we thought somebody got her with a pitchfork or something. Just scared shitless out trick-or-treating and just pulled a pitchfork out of their goddamn candy bag and just ran it through her fucking throat. That's what we assumed had happened. But no, the ghoul was seen tonight or resurrected, one of the two. We don't know. It could be Ghoul 2. We don't know.
She was floating around Eastern Parkway.
Yeah, floating around, just walking around like she had a life or something, and we don't think she does. But no bullshit. Last time we'd seen her was right around Halloween. Had not seen hide nor hair of her. And trust me, if you see her, you don't want to see no hide. You don't want to see no hair. I promise you.
The cat's back.
Cat's back. He wants to do 5 more minutes.
All right, so we have a main event. We cannot forget about our main event.
We got to do the main event.
Speaking about Qdoba,
we were there tonight.
We were there tonight.
Free of charge.
There was somebody with us at another table.
Choco.
Choco was there too.
I did see a hot Asian girl there, but she was probably like 17. So.
That wouldn't stop you. So
shut up.
All right, Jerry Lawler. We're not the biggest of fans anymore.
A lot of people say I don't see age. Well, I don't.
I did ask you guys not to judge us based on our age.
Yeah. Well, you did.
I brought this upon myself.
you did this to yourself. I don't even know how old that cat is. I don't care. old motherfucking cat.
All right.
He's scratching. He's got fleas already. It's fucking February. Look at that little hairy fucker. Talk. I want everybody to see it. The cat froze. Did you see the picture freeze there for a minute?
You can only see the hump of his shoulder.
Yeah. He just knows he's teasing everybody right now.
The reason why we're so obsessed with this cat, it's Mr. Kitty, and Mr. Kitty knows tricks and he talks.
I have taught him tricks and he's never said a word. Fuck it, he's a cat. Oh, there he is. Okay, go ahead, Jason. Okay. You got to speak.
You can see him now, can't you? I got boxes blocking my view on the Google Hangout, so I can't tell if you can see him or not. Yeah,
yes,
he's licking himself. What else is new? And then when I pointed out, now he's back to licking. Yeah.
All right. So we were at Qdoba and Choco was with us. We did not make her sit at a different table. We're not ashamed of her. By the way, Choco's little bump in her butt was not cancerous, so we can stop calling her Cancer Choco.
Did we get the word on that today?
Yes, she's not Cancer Choco.
Why am I just now getting this news?
Chris told you the moment you got to Qdoba.
Did not.
Yeah, he did. You weren't paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention.
Some Asian was there.
Oh, well, there was.
All right, so this little...
She was hot.
This young girl... I believe she said she was 20.
Some young girl. Yeah, she was 20 from Illinois.
And she was
very
sitting
smart
at a table,
girl. Very
and
smart.
She had a typewriter, and in front of the typewriter.
Motherfucking typewriter.
Have you ever seen a new one?
Nope. Never. 1966, all typewriters are old.
So she had a typewriter in front of
her. That is a good question. I've never seen a new typewriter.
I'm sure they make them for hipsters, but I doubt they look new.
No, probably not.
Yeah. So she has a big billboard, well, rather like a big poster in front of her, and it says, poems while you wait. She writes poems for you while you wait, and she does this every now and then, the Highlands, because the Highlands is the new San Francisco.
So me being sympathetic and love giving young girls money.
Oh, God. No, that wasn't quite it. That wasn't quite it. I want to correct this before the cops show up here.
No.
She walked up to our table and asked us if we wanted one. And actually, I love poetry and Kenny loves girls. So
it worked out fine.
She asked us, she says that she sits there and she asks people if they want poems while they wait for their food or whatever. And she charges $5 for the poems. And you give her a topic and she writes it up in like 2 minutes. So she asked us for the first topic and she loved Choco. She got to meet her. And we were talking about her bump in her butt. And the first poem she wrote was about Choco, Tukau, and Mukau. Right?
Yeah.
Mukau was in it too, right?
That was the first poem.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I've been up since 6 a.m. Pardon me.
Say that again. That was the first?
Choco.
No. What was it?
Tukau.
No. Say it. That was the first?
Dog.
He cannot say poem.
Poem. I wrote a poem.
A poem.
What's wrong with that? Why are you laughing? That ain't funny.
Say spherical.
Tell you so. Spherical.
Spherical.
What? What's the matter with you dumb fucks? Goddamn. Can't even create my own goddamn language. Fuck. Where's my spite?
Remember when we had trouble getting Maya to say, what was it, retro? She couldn't say retro.
Retro. Turned into fucking that dog on the Jetsons.
This fucker can say poem, and you bring up how I say retro.
I'm sorry.
Well, if you'd like to say Thaddeus real quick.
Thaddeus.
That's adios.
Those are the two words I can't say in English, okay?
Well, I can't say poem.
You know what's funny? Every intro that you did, because we did special intros for my show where you did one for me and Benny Mac and then one for me and Mama Kate, and neither one of them do the show anymore.
Oh, is Mama Kate done?
Yeah.
Why'd Mama Kate go away?
I'm sure you scared her
Probably
away.
a prison sentence.
Nah, she had some personal issues she's got to take care of.
And Benny Mac, what's up with him?
She is in prison. Go ahead and say it. Go ahead.
She's not in prison, but she'll be back in about 2 to 6
5 to 10. Slut. I knew she'd get caught selling it there in Dayton sometime. No one would buy it. I had to sell it.
What'd she get arrested for? Shitting herself in a casino?
Yeah, I bet that was it. Shit herself in a casino with Timmy John.
That's an inside joke.
Butch. No, it ain't, because we told it on this show.
No, we told it on Jason's show. I know we hijack his show.
So it's like TNA. We told it on Jason's show. No one heard it. There's a singer. Jason Marshall, the TNA of podcasting. Want to keep a secret? Tell it to Jason Marshall. No one will ever hear it. There's the cat.
So what happened to Benny Mac? Why doesn't he?
Yeah, whatever. Well, I want to know more about Mama Cass. He knows some shit, and I want I want some details. I know that bitch didn't die on a ham sandwich. I know she didn't. It was somebody else.
Her cousin's got cancer, and she's trying to take care of her till everything ends.
God, can you?
I don't know how else to put it.
God damn. Just be glad you ain't the one that's got cancer, Mama Cass. Instead of choking on a goddamn ham sandwich.
So for the third time,
I'm terrible. Wait a minute. I was insensitive. I'm a better person than that. I wish it were you, Mama Cass.
Oh my God.
All right, let's move on.
I have nothing to do with this man. And for the fourth time, what happened to Benny Mac? What happened to Benny Mac? What happened to Benny Mac? What happened to Benny Mac?
You talk
Please
about
answer before he interrupts me
again. You talk about no comedic timing whatsoever. I just fucked this whole show up. I just wish somebody had cancer. God damn.
You're no
Why
better.
didn't somebody stop me?
You're no better. It's that spike can.
Where's it at?
The spike can is doing it, dude.
God damn, I just wish somebody did. I wish they had cancer. God damn. What the fuck? Shit. I'm a horrible person. I used to be good. I used to save dogs. Now people dead. I don't even know.
Now the Young Bucks are ruined wrestling, and I hope they get cancer.
Yeah, the Young Bucks, they ruined it. It's all their fault.
What happened?
Benny Mac. What happened to him? Hope he died of cancer.
He's
right here, folks. Blame the can.
He's just been busy.
Oh yeah, he's busy. He's doing 5 to 10. Benny Mac. God damn.
He ended up moving out. This is going to sound really bad, but I swear to God, I'm not making fun of him.
This is a very funny guy from
Who's
New
at the door?
Zealand.
He ended up moving out of his house and moved into a van. So he
moved into a van.
Comedy's hard. Comedy's just fucking
It's
hard.
a mobile van he does videos out of. And
well, there you go.
That, but he's been recording stuff for other people.
Man is living in a van.
Poor motherfucker.
Down by the river.
In it.
And there you are.
You sure he's not like playing
no, wait
with
a
a
minute.
stuffed animal?
Everybody's making me out to be a bad guy because I just wish 2 or 3 people dropped dead of cancer. You got Jason Marshall, one of his friends, one of his cohorts, is out of a home, ain't got nowhere to live in a mobile van. He's got a goddamn living room big enough for her to house about 45 people. He's got enough land you can put a shack on. I know he's got a lot of wood there. He can just hire the guy to fucking haul wood for him. But no, he's out in a van parked down by the river somewhere, hoping to God somebody will throw him a banana.
Yeah, Jason, why don't you pay for his fucking flight to come here from New Zealand?
Oh, is that where he's at?
Yes.
Oh, my bad. Well, fuck him. That'll teach him to live in goddamn New Zealand.
Tell him to get his shit together. He's my backup plan.
Borderline Australia if you live in goddamn New Zealand. Borderline.
I told you 5 to 10.
Well, he does work for news companies and MTV and I think Stars and a couple
other
places.
That's why he's living in a van, my ass. He ain't work for no fucking MTV. If he was, he wouldn't be in a goddamn van down by the river. I don't even know if Australia has rivers.
He's not in Australia.
Oh, where is he? New Zealand? Same thing. Just slightly north. Smaller island. Same goddamn thing. Bunch of fucking criminals.
It is a nice van in his defense.
I hope so.
One of those white ones with a lot of bunnies and candies inside.
Has it got running?
It is white.
Is it running water in a gas stove? Well, tell him to watch his gas. That's
Did
just
he get
dangerous.
it at Raper Auto?
Raper Auto.
There used to be a Raper Auto or Raper RV in Indiana.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yeah,
Oh
motherfuckers. Yeah, I accidentally plugged them. The son of bitches are out of business. I don't know what happened. I told everybody not to buy a car there, and finally somebody listened to me.
They were around for like 30 or 40 years.
Yeah, they were. They was a mainstay. They used to advertise on Dick the Bruiser's wrestling show in the 60s. They've been around for fucking ever. I say don't buy your car at Raper Auto, and all of a sudden people quit buying from them.
You got a lot of power.
I fucked Indiana over. I shut down Clarksville Seafood and Raper Auto all within like 60 days.
I wish you had done that to Mike Pence.
Damn.
Yeah.
You're
not that powerful.
I'll get him. Don't worry about it. I got him. I got that gay electroshocking motherfucker.
I wish he was gay. He'd be like
gay electroshocking motherfucker. He likes to shock.
He likes to electrocute the gays.
Yeah, listen to me when I'm talking, girl. Listen to me.
All
How much of the show do you want me to do in Foghorn?
You make it sound like he's got a fetish.
I think it is.
Shit, that might explain it all.
I say, boy, why don't you let me just say shock the gay out of you, boy. Gay, that is.
I had a girlfriend that was into that.
She tried to shock the gay out of you. It didn't work.
It didn't work, you funny son of a bitch. Goddamn.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to this poem?
Yeah, let's do the poem.
All right. So she wrote 2 poems.
Two poems. You say poem now. You know it's right.
It stuck with me.
Yeah.
So do you want to read the first poem or can you not read?
Oh, fuck you. I got my reading glasses on. I can't read.
We got the dog trinity right here.
Here we go.
The trifecta of tricks and kisses, companions and protectors of the furry nature. That is, Moo Cow especially, because she was very, very furry.
Take my glasses off of this.
Moo
so I can hear it.
Moo Cow's the sweetheart, says the dog, wild with love, wild with animal intention. Two come the other, no better, just as sweet, awaiting to meet you. Dark is the one called Choco, but bright in every way. Soft nibble, love bites, and kind eyes. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend, but dogs have them beat. Friends forever, the wagging tails of three.
You know what? I'm pissed.
Why?
Not one fucking word of that whole goddamn thing rhymed.
Yeah, the beat and the three.
Start again. Read it.
I'm not gonna read this again.
All
and
right.
it's the words, the meaning. And this is, she got Choco down perfectly. And this is
Wait a
after
minute.
meeting her for like 2 minutes.
For some reason, I was thinking it was handwritten. This is why she
She
had the
had a
typewriter.
typewriter, you idiot.
She needs a new ribbon. I'll give you that.
You know what a typewriter
She
ribbon
billed
is?
me for this? What the fuck?
Well, hang on. There's a second one. The second one
And
is
she
perfect.
billed me for that one too, and the paper's torn.
He does not
Jeez.
understand hipsters.
No, I do not.
You'd pay extra for torn paper.
I see that.
All right. So
$2.50 extra.
you want to tell her about the second poem?
Nope.
No, fuck you people. All right.
Well, I
That's
can't
it,
even,
folks.
honey, I can't even read that.
What do you want to tell
Oh, okay.
her?
Well, to lay the groundwork, I was so impressed with the non-rhyming story she told about Choco, Two Cow, and Moo Cow. I said, well, let's see if you can get this one right, slut. And that's what I told her from Illinois, slut from Illinois, selling your poems for cash and not your body. And I said, well, why don't you write a poem about the Star Maker, the Prince, and the Maya Doodle? And we gave her a little background on each of us. Very little background. And I want you to listen to how close she nailed this fucker on the head.
She wrote one hell of a poem. And in fact, she gave it a perfect title. We are thinking of renaming the show after this title.
Yes, we are.
The title is Wrestling with Reality.
I think that's a good show.
Russo's going to steal that one. Sounds like a Russo
Yeah, Russo
kind
will
of show.
steal that one, yeah.
Announcing the great, the big, and bad.
Black Chris wants in on
Black Chris wants in. Black Chris is here.
He's got a ball.
Chris, you are in this poem. So
Look at the ball. Look at the ball on camera. I want to play ball. Fuck these poems.
this show's too long. He's done.
Fuck a poem. I want to play ball. So do I, Two Cow. So do I.
In just like 2 minutes.
He looks so stupid. He looks dumber than a bucket of crock shit.
He's not the brightest.
He's not, but he tries. All right.
By the way, Chris got him a lacrosse ball.
Yeah, he brought it in and we can't find it.
Already.
He lost it in 30 seconds.
He got it this morning.
Yeah, and it was gone. It was gone by 8:30. He got here at 8:20. Go ahead.
Announcing the great, the big, and bad Star Maker. He brings you trash and spins it to gold. That's him. Ta-da!
Gold.
Until stadium is sold out. Twist and about with your money maker. Sit with a player and win. The legend, the tough, the almighty, the prince. Coming at you with strong moves and some bad attitude. Yeah, that's a prince, all right.
That's him.
Making the girls swoon and dogs howl at the moon. But wait, there's more. A bit of reality and knocking at your door. The beautiful Maya Doodle.
Ooh.
Giving doses off beat, build tempo, telling you to pay your bills and prepare to go. That is me.
Condom.
Yeah, put the condom back on.
There you go.
This is a filthy fucking show.
Filthy fucking
He pisses
show.
on the floor. We hit on Asian girls.
Well, I did. And Illinois girls. I don't normally do that.
One of us wants to play with balls.
I was in a mood. Two Cow wants to play with balls.
Yeah.
How filthy was the Russo show last week?
Very filthy.
Very
If you wanna
filthy.
plug that, we did
If you
show.
want to see Bucket Full of Chicken Necks, aka Bitchin' with Bolin from last week that just aired Friday. Yeah,
Yes.
just aired Friday.
It's on YouTube.
It's a
and
filthy
on,
goddamn show. I encourage you to watch it.
we talked about porn stars, anal,
Anal. We did
Nudes.
talk about anal. Nudes.
Vince plans on
Suing
Kenny.
me because I sent him a nude picture of me that he said he wanted. I don't know how you can sue me. I gave the man what he wanted. I don't know how you can sue me.
Anything else we talked about, or are we good? Can we finally play
Well,
with balls?
I mean, it's on the on boogers full of chicken necks. On boogers full of chicken necks, the Vince Russo story. a.k.a. bitching and masturbating with Bolin. That'd be a good show.
Masturbating.
Well, we tell the story about Jim Cornette masturbating to Dusty Rhodes. That is on that show as well. A filthy show, ladies and gentlemen. I think that explains why it's got over 4,400 views in just a couple of days. What do you got, Jason? Let everybody know that you're on the show.
You can check out my podcast. We don't have cookies.
God. Oh, fuck
on
me.
the last episode, I had.
Just shut the fuck up. Goddamn. Just shut the fuck up. Fuck that goddamn cookie show. Fuck.
I had UFC Hall of Famer Dan the Beast Severn on the show and porn star Rebecca Love.
Goddamn washed up fucking UFC fighter. Goddamn fucking porn star blowing everybody's cog. Who gives a shit?
Hey, she almost won an AVN award for that.
No.
Best oral scene.
How's Dan and how's that porn star doing?
Doing really good, both of them. And Dan the Beast Severn and Ken Shamrock have both agreed to do an episode of Martial Law, which is my podcast version of the People's Court. And waiting to hear back from Ken Shamrock's people to see when we can set that up. So I'm looking forward to that.
When are we having a Dan the Beast Severn and Ken Shamrock on this show simultaneously, same time, right around the Bolin hour? With a special appearance from Vince Russo. That way, if Vince Russo don't show up, we're good. It's a Japanese friend of mine, Vince Russo.
It doesn't even sound Japanese.
It doesn't really sound Japanese, does it? Well, when he shows up and he's Korean, we're off the hook. And it's a girl. Vincey Russo. I love Vincey Russo.
We've jumped the shark.
We did about an hour ago, along with that cat that's down there cleaning his face. I'm leaving. There he goes.
That cat is the main attraction. We've talked more about that cat than anything else.
Now he's on the other side.
Cat.
He's on the other side.
Yeah, it's Mr. Kitty.
Yeah, pick Mr. Kitty up. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Goddamn, what the fuck? Goddamn, fucking cat on the show. Fuck.
Let the man talk so they can see Mr. Kitty.
No.
There he goes.
All
He's
right.
on the microphone now.
That cat's ugly.
Make him say something. You know he can talk.
There he goes. Oh, I thought he was going to speak into the mic, but
Was
he
not.
didn't. I don't know. He's right up on it.
So was Maya.
I wish we could make him meow, and then we would play the footage to 2Count.
Or we could just do it ourselves.
Well, no, it's got to be on
A
TV,
real cat.
because you know 2Count always responds.
2Count
to
loses his mind. Yeah, he's.
Well, he just stares at it. He doesn't mark. He just
Or
stares at
if
it.
you hold a stuffed animal and act like a dog, he loses his mind.
And there's
as
this
well.
new option now on Amazon Echo. You can ask her what certain animals sound like. So we obviously do that all the time to fuck with 2Count.
That fucked with 2Count bad. He did not like that. That cat's ugly.
What does a goose sound like? Quack, quack. And he goes
Oh, he loses
crazy.
his goddamn mind, man. He just looks everywhere because it's an Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound, and he don't know where that fucking duck is. Just, here he comes. I guarantee you. There he is. Where's the fucking duck? Where's that duck? Quack, 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 quack. That was the penguin. Yeah, I'm the duck. I'm the duck. It's me. Poor 2Count. 2Count says, fuck a duck. If I could.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we name all these animals and the obscure ones. Play a rhino, and whatever a rhino does, and then Cal says, what the fuck? The goddamn rhino in the house. What are we going to do about that? When it shits, I'm going to get blamed. Can you imagine rhino shit? I can't.
2Count could completely outdo him.
2Count could outdo rhino shit. I promise you that.
Well, this show, we have gone
to the shitter.
It's
Gone to the shitter.
It's
All right,
down the drain.
all right, 3 questions. Oh, that's a different show.
We've done a lot of Facebook Lives. We're like used to the 3 questions.
Yeah. What do you got? Any
I would like to plug a place.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm not getting paid for it whatsoever, but if you live in Louisville, you got to go down to House of Boom. I don't know where it is because I don't know.
What a great plug. Don't know where it's at. Don't even know if it's real. But I've heard about it, and it sounds great.
I went there for Valentine's Day, and it's like a trampoline park. And oh my God.
What did he blindfold you and gag you and take you there?
I've been begging him for 3 years to take
Begging
me
him
there.
to blindfold you and gag you?
No. Okay,
yeah,
that show's done.
now the whole story's starting to come out. I don't know
Seriously,
where it's
no.
at.
trampolines everywhere, and you get to like play basketball, and then there's like parkour and shit.
There
and
goes the cat.
you can jump into like an entire pit of these foam blocks. So I mean, it's just amazing. It's the best. You should definitely go.
I did see pictures. She was really there, and it did look like a lot of fun.
And
So, and what's it called? House of Boom.
House of Boom. It's
in the Louisville metro area.
It's somewhere in the South End, I think, but I don't know anything about the South End.
I got this, Maya. Google it, motherfuckers. Goddamn.
All right. Do you want to do the outros? Courtney, make sure to plug her.
All right, goddamn. I'm tired of doing this fucking show. Shit, fuck. Just everybody fucking bugging me. Goddamn. I said good day.